Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Jennifer Marievo, where I teach you different ways that you can make money online and work from home as a freelancer. I recently did a tutorial on different transcription companies that were hiring, and one of these companies required that you submit a professional resume and cover letter in order to be considered for their transcriptionist job. So I asked if my subscribers would be interested in a tutorial on how to create a professional resume or CV and cover letter in English and for free, and I had an overwhelmingly positive response with people saying they wanted to learn how to do this. So I've been working on this video to help you guys out. Today we're going to go through 3 main steps to creating our resumes. Now this video will focus only on creating a resume, and the next video I produce will be on how to make a professional cover letter, because otherwise this video will be way too long. Okay, so here are the 4 steps to success. The first step is to research and find sample resumes that we can use to modify our own resume and use wording we like from these resumes. The second step is optional, but I recommend it. We're going to activate a proofreading extension on Google Chrome that will help us as we're typing out our resume to check for any errors. You cannot have any errors in English on your resume, especially if you're applying for an editing, proofreading, or transcription job, so this is a very important step. The third step is using a free website online to design our resume, and in the next video I'll teach you how to make a matching cover letter. And after we complete these 3 steps, we'll be ready for step 4, which is to apply to any job that you want with this resume, whether that's a job in person or online. So let's get started on step 1, which is research. I'm going to show you a few excellent websites that you can use to start researching sample resumes. Of course, you are only using these as samples for how you can write about your past experience. Don't lie on your resumes and say you've done work that you haven't, or copy and paste. Just use these as guides for writing your own resume and telling employers about your own experience. So first we're going to go to jobhero.com. Okay, and then at the top under resumes, we're going to click on resume examples. Now with this website, I'd like to use it as a guide to help you in describing past experience that you've done when we're going to fill out our work experience section in our resume later on. So let's scroll down until we see Explore Resume Samples, and then click here where it says Start Typing Your Industry. So what I want you to type in here is the industry that you last worked on or that you last worked in. So for example, let's say you used to work as a virtual assistant. I'm going to type in virtual assistant, and then you'll see this will pop up right here, and we're going to click on virtual assistant. So now when we scroll down, you'll see many different examples of how you would write your experience in your resume. In English resumes, we don't use full sentences to describe our work experience, and this is something that's good to know if you're applying for a job in English. So for example, in this sentence right here, you can see it says, managed a team virtually using Skype, phone, and email correspondence. It doesn't say I managed or I am managing. It says managed. So we keep it short and sweet. You leave out the personal pronoun and you just use bullet points like this. In all of these sentences, you'll see they usually begin with the past simple verb. Handled, you can see prepared, managed, downloaded. This should be coordinated. They should have had a D here. Researched, trained, wrote. It's the past simple of the regular verb. Okay, so that's what we're doing, and that's what we will do when we are writing about our experience. We don't have to write a paragraph. We're not telling a story. We're just telling the most important information. So what I recommend you do is to open up a Microsoft Word file. And if you don't have Microsoft Word, open up, a Notepad file, because everyone has Notepad on their computer. And let's say, for example, you used to be a virtual assistant and you used to do a lot of these things. Okay, I like the way they said this. I like the way they say this. Well, just, copy and just go ahead and paste that in your Notepad, because later on we can use this in our work experience and we can edit it so it matches the work experience that we have done. Okay? So you can go ahead and scroll through all of these, and then you can go back and search for other different, if we go back here, you can search for any other type of industry that you want, depending on what you used to work as in the past of your past job or work experience. Another website that we can use for research is livecareer.com. And under resume, here we're going to click resume search. Now Live Career is a little different from Job Hero because this will show us an actual full resume example, including skills and everything else. Whereas Job Hero, I think, is really good for when you're trying to fill out that work experience section. Okay, so for this resume example we're doing today, we're trying to create a resume to apply for a transcription job online. So here we're going to type in transcriptionist, search. So here there are 106 resumes matching transcriptionist resume samples. So we can scroll down a bit and see the different ones. You've got medical transcriptionist, all sorts of them. And then here we can see general transcriptionist. You see they've got rev.com, so they're going to talk about their experience and how they would write that when they worked for Rev. You've got transcribe me here. So let's just click on this one. Okay, so you can see here that this is their resume. Now, this is a very basic looking resume. This is kind of the old resume I used to, when I was in high school, used to apply to different jobs. Nowadays, you can make a much more professional, modern, looking resume that I think is much more attention grabbing. So I wouldn't recommend you do something so basic and simple like this, because we can create a really beautiful resume, which will make you look like a much more professional person. But this will give us a great example of how to fill out a resume that we want to target for getting a transcriptionist job. So here we've got a nice professional summary. It says accurate, fast keying skills and sound knowledge of computer applications, proven ability to collect and manage information efficiently and accurately, excellent written and verbal communication skills, and a strong desire to work hard and perform well. So you can see that this person has listed a nice summary about them and how their skills relate to getting a transcription job. So they're not talking about their excellent chef or baking skills because they want a transcription job. So they've highlighted their typing skills, their computer skills, their writing skills, because those are important for the job that they want. If you've never worked as a transcriptionist before, then try to use your skills that you've somehow used in writing, for example, or editing, or computer skills that you have, because those are all relevant to what you would be doing as a transcriptionist. Okay, so here we've got skills listed next, and what we're going to do is we're going to be listing adjectives about ourselves. So articulate, well-spoken, flexible, independent worker, fluent in Spanish, professional, mature. And then they also here have put their typing speed. So if you have a very impressive typing speed, definitely put that at the top, because that's very important for having a, if you don't have a good typing speed, don't put that, because if you say 30 words per minute, that's not impressive. I wouldn't put that down, but you can put other skills related to computers that you have. Then we've got under work history. And don't include every single job you've ever had. We want the resume to be 1 page long, because especially people online, they don't want to read a 2-page resume. It's not like we're applying to be the president. We're trying to get a job online where there's lots of competition and they're going to be looking at lots of resumes. So you want yours to be nice and condensed in one beautiful looking resume with 1 page. So only include the most relevant jobs you've had that relate to the job you want. So if you want to become a transcriptionist, include any related experience you have to typing, writing, computers, editing, and so forth. If you haven't ever had a related job, then just include any other work experience, okay? So you can see here their first one, they show their experience working at rev.com. They became a top-level transcriptionist in 3 months, consistently maintain highest accuracy and commitment scores. Now, one thing you'll notice, this has the date. It says to current, and that means they are still working for rev.com. So here, you wouldn't put transcribed with a D, because this person is still doing it. So this word becomes the present. So they're describing what they do now. They still do. So we use the present simple tense in English. So consistently maintain, because this is something they still are doing, okay? But here, this job, they're no longer doing. So all of these are in the past, okay? So if you're still doing a job and you're going to put that down there, then you can use the present simple here, and here would be the past, because this job is finished, okay? Okay, so I recommend browsing through a few of these resumes for more ideas, and then you can save any ideas that you like in your notepad file, okay? Now this one, they don't let you copy and paste, so you can just type it out yourself. Okay, so step 2 is we're going to download an editing and proofreading plugin that it's free, so you can make sure you're not making any spelling or grammar errors. Now this plugin is optional, but I do recommend it because it's just going to really help you out, I think. So you're making sure you're typing everything and writing everything correctly. It's called Grammar and Spell Checker by Language Tool, and it's for Google Chrome, and it's free. So after you go to the Chrome Web Store and you type that in, then we're just going to click on Add to Chrome. We're going to click Add Extension. Okay, then I'm just going to click OK, got it. Click Close. So now this little extension here, LT, that's the language tool, okay? I'm going to show you how to use this, but first we have to go to step 3. So finally, let's go to step 3, and we're going to start creating a beautiful resume. We're going to use the free resume builder on canva.com. So we're going to go to their website, and now we'll create an account, and you can do this by signing in with Facebook, your Gmail account, or just a regular email. So I'm going to sign up with Google. Okay, so once you've done that, they're going to ask you what you're using Canva for. I'm just going to click on Personal. They'll ask you if you want to use Canva Pro for free. I'm not going to bother with that because I don't want to pay any money, so I'm just going to click Maybe Later. Okay, then it says Start Your First Design. What we're going to do is here, we're going to type in resume. And then click on resume. Okay, so now it has launched us into the creator, and we can use any of these beautiful resume templates, and they're all free, which is awesome. So we've got all these different categories. We have professional resume, modern resume, simple resume, infographic, minimalist, corporate, creative. So to view a resume in full, you can just click on it, and then the template will be added to your canvas right here. And what you can do is you can zoom up on it, clicking on this button to see the whole resume, what it will look like. Or you can click here and let's do it to 75% or let's say 100%, okay? So you can have a look at what the resume will look like. Now, a lot of these different templates have the option to put in your own photo. So if you have a really nice professional looking photograph of yourself, you can feel free to put it up and use that instead, use that here. And so for example, say I wanted to do this resume, and obviously this isn't my photo. I would delete this by pressing the delete key or the trash icon, delete image. And what you could do here is you can go to uploads and you can click upload an image or video. And then you could upload an image of your picture and then put your picture here instead, okay? But if you don't have a professional looking photograph and you just have maybe a photograph of you taken on your mobile phone at a party with a beer in your hand, obviously don't use that photo. Stick to one of the simple looking resumes with no photo. Also, if you have a lot of experience and a lot you want to write about yourself on your resume and all your abilities, then you're going to choose a template that looks really nice and full, like the one we just saw. This one has lots and lots of space for, all your information. But say you don't have that much work experience or not a whole lot of work experience that's relevant to the job you want, we can choose a nice, simple, simplistic looking resume. I'm going to go down to corporate resume and then choose this one here. So for this demonstration, we're just going to do a nice, simple looking resume, maybe someone who doesn't have a whole lot of experience and doesn't want to put their picture. But again, you could put your picture, up here and move these down if you wanted to. Okay, I'm going to click this little tab to get rid of it so we can just see our nice resume right here. And we're going to zoom up even a little bit more to 125. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is start filling in our own info, and it's really easy. You're going to double click. You can just type your own name. So let's say I'll just write Joe and Smith. Okay. And then here, you're going to put in the job that you're applying for that you want. So you could put, for example, social media manager, virtual assistant. And in this case, we're going to put transcriptionist. Okay, so now we'll scroll all the way to the bottom. And here you can fill out your own contact information. So there's your phone number, your email, your website if you have one. Some people also might want to add in a link to their LinkedIn profile if you have that, or your Skype contact or something like that. Let's say you prefer not to put your phone number, or you don't have your own phone number. You can put in your Skype info. So you just put in whatever you want here. Now we'll scroll back up. Okay, so now we have profile. Now under profile, this is where we'll use some of our research from earlier to craft a nice little profile or summary about yourself. Now you have two options for how you write the summary. You can either use a bullet point style in how you write it, or you can use full sentences. So if you look here, he has, I am an experienced social media manager seeking a full-time position in the field of social media and communications. Or you could say, experienced social media manager seeking full-time or seeks full-time employment in the field of social media. So you can make it either jot points or full sentences like this for this section. So for this demo, we're going to click with the full sentences for the profile, but you just do whatever you'd like. Remember, you can go back to Live Career and you can look at all the summaries here for some ideas of ways you can write things. You know, excellent written and verbal communication skills and a strong desire to work hard and perform well. Things like this look great in your profile summary, okay? All right, so I prepared this. I'm just going to write this that I prepared earlier. For example, I am a deadline-oriented virtual assistant seeking full-time employment as a transcriptionist. I have over 5 years of experience working as a virtual assistant and excel at meeting tight deadlines. Okay, so this is just an example of something, you know, you could write. But of course, do your own research and do what you think sounds good. Now we'll go down to experience, and here you will put your job title in your previous position. So, for example, this could be virtual assistant, customer service agent, you know, etc. Here you put the name of the company that you worked for. So say fire marketing was where I was a virtual assistant, for example. Here you'll put the length of your employment. So they have February 2013 to December 2014. And usually here you're going to put the most recent. So I wouldn't put something from year 2000 here and then here 2018. Usually we put it in order, but sometimes if people, the last job they had was 15 years ago and they don't want to put, you know, that their last job was 15 years ago because it looks bad, they'll just go like this and they'll just put that. And then, you know, if the person asks when they have an interview, that's okay. But I'm going to undo that. And let's say I don't know the months. I'm just going to put the year. So let's say I worked here from 2015 until 2019, for example. So now here we're going to be putting jot points about our experience or what we did in our past jobs in this section. So again, remember, we do not use full sentences. We'll say something like managed social media accounts and created social media for daily postings, increased social media following and clicks by 200%. Again, the first verb should be in the past simple without a personal pronoun. If you are still working at this job, then, for example, if I still worked at fire marketing, I would put manage because it's like I manage. Because it's like I manage, I'm still doing it. Another example here, let's say answered emails and corresponded with clients on a daily basis. Okay, that's just an example. Again, past simple for the first verb. So the Job Hero website for this is the best website because all of these, when you're typing in, you know, for example, if you used to be a transcriptionist, this is some ideas that you could write. If you used to work, you know, as a mechanic or something that's not related, as a chef, these are all, you can just search for chef and then you'll get all these different examples and you can use these to put in your work experience, okay? It's excellent for that section. This is my favorite website for that section. Okay, so make sure to fill out at least 2 past work experience, okay? You can do 2, 3, 4, don't just do 1. You want to have at least 2 here, okay? So let's say I have that and then I put this one as, I changed this as well. Now the next section is education. So let's make sure to put any certificate or schooling or training that you have had. This could be a language course you took, a course on computers, maybe you have a diploma or a certificate or a degree. You're going to put that here. This person, they put their GPA. I don't want to put my GPA. Oh, and one thing I want to show you is the plugin that we installed. I want to show you how that works. So let's say I've just written this here, answered emails and corresponded with clients on a daily basis. And let's say I spelt some of this wrong. I put, clients, for example, or when I put daily. When I click on this, look, if I click on this, you see this little icon popping up? Boom. It just showed me that these are wrong. So I click here and they're telling me possible spelling mistakes, fine. I either want to write clients or Clements. Well, I want to write clients. So I'm going to click on clients and it's just fixed it for me. And here, grammar and others. So this one, they didn't know what I was trying to say and I was trying to say daily. So I'd fix that, but it is telling you that there's an error there. If you're wanting to check a section, so let's say I want to check this section here, I'm going to click on it. Just click on it twice, okay? And then it'll let you know if there's any errors here. And then if there are no errors, when you click on it, see it's just doing its little thing. You click on that little blue circle and it'll say, yay, no errors found, okay? So this is just something that will help you when you're proofreading to make sure you're spelling everything correctly. I want to do just another quick little sample. So let's say I've just made these errors here. And it's just notified me that I've got these little errors. So I just click on it and then it's helped me out there. So it's even telling me here that it's a grammar error, that I'm supposed to use a instead of an. So I can just click to fix it. Here it's telling me I've got a little spelling error. Okay, so this is a great little tool and you can use it as you're going along in this section. So that's just a little trick for you. Okay, so the next section is skills. And they've got SEO, social media strategy, marketing. This is a great way to showcase all the skills that you have that are related to the job you want. So if I was applying to become a transcriptionist, I'd write about my typing skills, my English language skills, computer and software abilities, and so forth. Okay? And again, you can look here for some tips. So, typing speed, for example. So maybe I'd write that at the top. Okay, and you change all of these so that they're relevant to the job you want. The last section they have here is awards. So if you've earned any awards, you can go ahead and put them here. But let's say I don't have any awards. I want to remove this category. So I'm just going to click on the box and then I can click the trash icon here or just press delete on my keyboard. And I'm going to delete all of these. But now if we zoom out, say to 100, you see we've got this big blank space here and that doesn't look very nice. So we're going to have to do some rearranging. I actually like to put the skills section up here under profile. So I'm going to do a bit of rearranging. What I'm going to do is to rearrange, you can click on one of the boxes you want to rearrange and then to click on two at the same time, you'll press shift. So I've just clicked on one. I've held down shift on my keyboard and then press the other one, and now I can move them. And you can see the little the guidelines are going to help you out. So I want to move this, and I can scroll my mouse at the same time. Now, this is going to go on top of the other one, so I'm just going to put it over here for now. I know that looks strange, but we're going to move everything down, okay? Oh, you can also click and drag. This is way easier. Just click and drag, okay? So I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to bring everything down here. Bring it down here like this. This box I want to put up here. Okay. All right, so now we've got our skills and then we've got our experience. So now we can click and drag to highlight everything. We can put it like this. Okay, we still have this big blank space, but now we have the skills here. So what I would do is, well, I personally would like to write 3 different things for my work experience, and that would give it, a little bit more. But say you really only have this and this is all you have. So now what we want to do is change the font. So what we can do is make everything a bit bigger, so that way it'll fill it out. So this one right here, this is the font size. Let's say I'm going to change this to 14. Rearrange that. Say we want to change this to 12. Okay, so I'm almost done here, and now if I want to for example, right here it says typing speed. I want to put this on the same line. I can click on the box, click and drag like that, and then you've got it all on the same line here. Okay. Again, to reposition things, we can just go like this, drag them all, and then it looks pretty good to me. And finally, you can change the font as well. So you can go over here and say you wanted to try out a different font that you liked more. You can go ahead and try any of these fonts out. Of course, all the little ones with the crown are for the premium, but there are plenty of options for people who just want the free version as well. Okay, so once we're done everything, go ahead, click on Present Full Screen, and you can see we have completed our resume. Now, the only thing I would do differently about this resume is I would add in one more little section here for experience to make this a little bit full. And if you think, well, they only have 2 spots, how am I supposed to do that again? Well, I'll show you how. So let's say I'm going to drag this, push this down a little bit. And what I would do, I would drag and copy one of these sections. Then I'm going to right click, go to copy, and then I'm going to right click and go paste, click allow, and then I'm going to drag it down, okay? Just like that. And then you can fill out your information for your other job that you want to add. And then we can reposition this up a little bit so it looks nice. And I might even change this up a little bit so it's in line with this as well. I also wanted to quickly show you that you can even make customizations on what the resume colors are and the whole color scheme. So you can click, for example, this rectangle, this blue rectangle, we can click on that and then just click on this color icon. And here you can click all these different default colors to the one that you like, or you can click on this little rainbow wheel and you can literally just scroll and find the exact color that you like. So you thought something that looked maybe black or maybe, you know, blue or whatever color you want, you can change it to, which is really cool. And then you just click off and then you have, you know, a completely different looking resume with a different color scheme. You can do the same with the titles. So I could, if I wanted to kind of make this match the same color as this, I could click purple, for example, and now I can make all of my different titles the same purple color to match this block right here. So there are all sorts of ways that you can customize this so it looks different. And I recommend you do some customizations because if a lot of people are using the same template and everyone has the same color, you know, it just looks the same. So I recommend changing the font, changing the colors to look unique, something that you've created yourself that will stand out from other people's resumes. Okay, so look, just like that, we've created a really beautiful looking resume that is extremely professional looking. It's modern, it's clean, and it's very easy to read. A lot of people have lots of stuff all over here and lots of stuff all over here. This is just a nice, simple, clean resume that it really works for you, especially if you don't have a whole lot of experience. So what we need to do now is to save this. So in order to save it, we're going to click on this little download with the arrow icon. And we're going to download this as a PDF, okay? So we're going to click PDF print. They have some other options for you if you wanted to download it as an image file, PNG, JPEG. You can either do it as PDF standard or PDF print. I'm going to go with PDF print. Click on download. Okay, so it says publish successfully. If your download didn't start automatically, click here. So let's say it didn't work. I'm going to go ahead and click here. And there you go. Just like that, it has saved our resume to our computer or printed it. And so now the most important thing that you want to do is make sure you've saved it to your desktop because you do not want to lose it. So we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Save As. And then you can just save it on your computer as a PDF file wherever you want so you can use it and reuse it again and again and to apply to as many jobs as you want. Joe Smith resume, save. Okay, and just like that, it's saved to your computer and you can use this again and again and again and again, which is awesome. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It was quite long, but I hope you got some value out of it of how to build and create your own professional resume. In my next tutorial, I will teach you how to create a custom cover letter to match this, and it's pretty much using the same website and then using cover letter examples. So we'll go a little bit more in detail on how to create a matching cover letter for this particular resume and any resume. So if you liked this video, please click like. It really does help me out, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos on how to make money online and how to become a professional freelancer working from home. Thank you once again for watching this video, and I will see you in my next tutorial.